You know what they say. Keep it balanced. Keep it cute. But baby, my balance, it comes from above. So step light. Hold your head high. We gon' praise and still look fly. Weighing every season, heart on one side, truth on the other. Grace in my walk, glory in my cover. Step to the left, I'm aligned. Peace in my heart, made of mine. Wrist shining, Bible in my bag. Gold on my neck, Savior in my sweat. Born with the scales in my head. Still I lay it all in His plan. Measured by mercy, not fame. He called my star by my name. I'm a believer in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Hands up high, heels on beat, praise in the club, praise in the street. Halo over this laid out lace, a little gloss, whole lot of grace. They see the charm, but He sees the core. He opened doors I ain't asking for, so I two-step, testify, slide every turn. He by my side, I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Whoa, left, right, spin it, back, stay true. If you love the Lord, let Him shine. Hey, heart in the clouds, feet on the floor. We give Him the praise, then we give Him some more. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride.
Yes, y'all know that box. What's up, JB? Hey, everybody. Hey. This is your girl, Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco 909, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful, the horses are fast, and the horses are beautiful, and the women are fast. It just depends on what you like. And I want to say happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy bar mitzvah, and happy bar mitzvah quinceañera, okay? To Lottie Dottie and every darn body on the sound of my voice, okay? And you know I'm the Oprah, the what? The smooches. So mwah, you get a smooch. Everybody gets the darn blast to smooch, okay? All right. Okay, y'all. So I've been trying to avoid this subject, but y'all know I love my butterflies. So shout out to my butterflies. So I'm going to put my little spin on it, okay? Just in case you all have been living up under a rock and you have not seen this couple come down your timeline on YouTube, okay? This couple is Henry and Monica, okay? They are a Christian husband and wife couple with their own ministry, okay? And usually they, whatever they see, they kind of challenge it a little bit, and all the things, okay? And so they're very well known. Now, about 3 years ago, I was talking about this couple and I said, I'm looking at him and he seems off spiritually, not crazy, but off spiritually. Okay. And I'm like, So went on and let that go. Who knew how right I was? Okay. One of the things that that I do outside of here, outside of YouTube, I have a deliverance ministry. Okay, for those of you all who've been in Kojic, or you've been in Pentecostal, or you've been in apostolic, things of that nature, y'all know what that means. Okay, and so one of the things that I can spot is a demon. I can spot a spirit and things of that nature. So when I was looking at him one day and everything, I'm like, something's off about him spiritually. Okay, not crazy, but spiritually. Well, just the other day, um, and I hate this because one thing I root for is godly marriages, okay? Because we don't have a lot of those. You got people that's married and still think it's okay to still sleep with other people, and that's not what the sanctity of marriage was. God didn't want that so much that He changed what marriage was, okay? To where men used to have as many wives or concubines that they can take care of. He changed that because it became too perverted. Okay, and what I get tired of this, people trying to push their way or their agenda in God's agenda, and it does not work like that. Okay, because even if it makes me wrong, I'm wrong. And I'm mature enough in my faith and in my age to say that, like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, and I don't understand that. So what happened is, what's up, Charlie sis? What happened is she came on live and you could tell the pain in her eyes, okay? And one thing I don't like is how um when somebody's hurting, like, I don't, that's why I said I've been trying not to do this story, but again, I have to be across the board, okay? But I hate to see a woman hurt. I hate to see somebody hurt like it behind their love, behind their husband, behind their wife. I hate that. And this goes deep, okay? Another thing I want to say real quick, when you marry people that is different from your type of bloodline, let me say this again, and this is not going to be popular, and I ain't never popular, and y'all already be pissed at me, so might as well keep on going, right? Right? Why break a streak? Um, what I don't like, you have to be careful on who you marry. Okay, you have to be careful with who you marry, and a lot of times, we marry people and don't understand their lineage. We don't understand their their background, where they come from, or what the agreement is, in their country, or how they grew up. Who knows? You might marry, the man might be a serial woman beater just waiting to be triggered. A lot of times, people grow up with things happening in their bloodline and in their families, okay? And you don't know that. And you don't know that something actually happens. And so what happens is you get with the people, and then all of a sudden one day y'all having an argument, and next thing you know, you got a black eye. And you like, he ain't never hit me before. But that's been laying dormant. And if you start talking to some of the family members, they'll tell you that every uncle, every granddaddy, all of them down in that line believe in hitting a woman in the eye. Okay? So you really have to research before you say I do. Nowadays, you got to research before you start dating. Okay, you just do, because some of these people are absolutely cuckoo for cocoa puffs. All right, so let me show this. Let me show y'all the beginning real quick. We're not gonna look at the whole thing because it ain't none of my business. But I am gonna hit this and get out for here. Okay, let's see. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Thank y'all for tuning in today. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. As soon as I can get with Sean Bradley or somebody to tell me how to activate my Patreon, then I put my Patreon information on my community wall. It's not going to be no more than like $2, if that, okay, and everything. But since they still playing with me with my watch hours and stuff, I'm not dealing with YouTube with that. It's too many platforms out here where I ain't got to. Okay, all right, let's go. Everybody know Al Green. Come on now. There she is. Most men, when they see their women, there he is. This is Henry. That was Monica. This is Henry. He is from Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken. I turned that down, yeah, because I don't want to get a stripe.
I will. Yes.
Hold on.
Both shall live.
I'll do.
Monique, will you continue to have Henry as your husband
She better do.
I will.
and continue to live in this happy and loving marriage?
I will. Yes.
Do you reaffirm your love for him, and will you love, honor, and cherish him in sickness and in health, for richer or poor, for better, for worse, forsaking all, to be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
Absolutely.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I renew my pledge
I renew my pledge
of love
of love
and commitment.
and commitment.
She's gonna talk to you.
You are Nigerian.
Okay, so I just wanted to show y'all that real quick. That was when they renewed their vows after 10 years. And so now check this out. And yeah, so check this out. And then we're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have a real good conversation about this, and then we're gonna get out for here. This is Monica, okay? Make sure you all can see her. Make sure I still got. Yeah, I'm waiting on my cream, y'all, to get here. I ordered some cream in my Walmart order, and they had to ship it in, y'all. So they just sent me a text saying it's on its way. I can't wait because my I need that cream. I need that special cream that I ordered. Let's go.
I was crying about it in the dream, and I was, trying to warn him, don't do this. You know what I'm saying?
She's talking about, remember I told y'all how I interpret dreams, and she's talking about that in her dream, and I'm gonna go back a little bit so you can hear it. In her dream, she was dreaming of snakes, and it was something else that she was dreaming of. And I told you guys that snakes. Hey, Pram Boo. That's my boo baby. Hey, Zero. What's going on, love? Hey. So I told you all that snakes in a dream means an attack, means something sneaky. Okay. And depending on what size, color, how closed, how long, it'll let you know different things. So I get a lot of people that contact me and want to talk to me about interpreting their dreams. Okay. And, they always send me a little gift, be like, well, how much you going to charge me to do it? I'm like, I usually don't, for real, I really don't like to do it, but I made a promise to my father in the ministry that I would stop doing a lot of things in ministry for free. And so the most I've charged anybody to interpret a dream, and it was really because it had like 4 meanings, it was $10. That's it. And everything that I told this woman by the umpsheen of God has came true. So, here we go right here. Check this out real quick, and then we're going to move on.
Because I know my lifestyle. I live a saved life, and it has gotten out of control, everybody. And y'all can see the difference in my husband. I don't know if you can tell. Thank you so much. I love you too. Love you too. I'm not gonna keep it private. Okay, I'm gonna keep it private. But I've been getting a lot of prophetic dreams, and y'all know I do. And I've been seeing a lot of witchcraft attack in my dreams. And when you see cats and you see snakes, I've seen a lot of cats and snakes in my dream. And it was.
Let me help y'all with that. If y'all ever have any dream about a cat and it comes out of nowhere, it means there is someone sneaky around you or a sneak attack. If the cat is aggressive, that's an attack that's happening. Okay, it's a sneak attack. If the cat is like just sitting there, it means it's a monitoring thing. They're thinking about attacking you. Okay, somebody close to you or somebody that you may be around is really thinking about attacking you. And attacking don't always mean fight. Sometimes it can mean lie on you. Sometimes it can be sow discord. Sometimes it can mean stealing from you, whatever the case may be. But it's an attack nevertheless. Okay, that's all I'm gonna give y'all on that. Let's go.
Concerning me and my husband's marriage. I also see my husband. Me and my husband was in a truck in a dream, and he was driving to my hometown, and I was crying about it in the dream, and I was, trying to warn him, don't do this. You know what I'm saying? And
Let me go first.
This cleaner is insane.
Of
It removes
course, I hate
baked-on oven
commercials.
grease, black mold, and years of.
While he was in school, a woman, and she had blonde hair and white clothes all over. He said he'd never seen her before. And he came up to her and he said, I want you to tell your mother that she's pregnant. All right. So I said, wow, that's confirmation. My husband had a prophetic dream.
Let's go.
We're going to have 3 children. So he was okay. Right. Now that's how it gets. He's desperate. He's in Nigeria. He's going through. So he's willing to marry me anyways, because I am American. You know what I'm saying? So I told him the truth and all of that. So he was being very patient and all of that. So then I guess as the years grew, he's getting more impatient. He's probably getting made fun of. A lot of people are in his ear, in his culture, in his hometown, his friends and stuff like that. So, but he's still strong for a lot of years. But in 2025, I realized that he started changing.
There you go. Now pay attention to this. This is what I want people to know. It's great to get married. It really is great to get married. Okay. But when you believe in Christ, okay, when you believe in Christ, because not everybody does. So let me say it like this. When you believe in Christ and you try to live a Christ-approved life, okay? When you get married and you and your spouse both are living a Christ-approved life and y'all both are what we call saved, meaning you done gave your life to God for and you want him to be your Lord and Savior and all of that, okay? Because I have to explain it like this, y'all, because people, they do things. Yeah. So when you do that, just know that as soon as you say I do, there is a target on your back, because the enemy, the evil one, okay, does not like marriage. It does not like God approved marriage. It does not like it. And it will come after you any way it can to destroy your marriage. That's why you don't get married because you like what you see only. You don't get married because they can screw you real good. Because eventually something will happen and they can't do it like they used to. Okay, then that opens you up to start looking somewhere else. You don't just get married for finances because they can just pay your lifestyle, because it'll never last. Okay, so you got to know that when you get married, marriage is a ministry. It's a ministry. You have to minister to each other. There'll be days that your spouse don't feel like it. He don't feel like looking at you. He don't feel like talking to you. What you gonna do? Get mad and go sleep with somebody? That's not a mature mind for marriage. If I had my way, it's a whole lot of people. I have to question if they married, but that ain't my business, because we drink our water and mind our business over here. But I'm saying all that because he went back to his homeland, which is Nigeria. Okay. Which means he went back over to where witchcraft is active, very active. And that's where he's from. So whatever he got delivered from, or whatever was broken off of him while he was in America, when he went back, he picked it back up. It found a home. It found a host. It found something familiar. Okay? Even in the Bible, it tells you when your temple is swept and garnished, when God has cleaned you up and delivered you from things, do not go back, because what happens is that devil, those spirits, they get 7 more worse than the one you got rid of. And that's why a lot of times people got the I can't help it, because you went back yet again playing around in something that God delivered you from, and he told you not to go, not to do that again. Sometimes people don't make it out. Sometimes people die in the state or worse. So this is really sad. This is, so let me go, because we got 2 more minutes on this.
He stopped wanting to do Sunday service. Slowly, he was trickling down from that. We stopped doing conferences is because of that they attacked my knees and legs or whatever. And so then he stopped slowly doing midnight prayer and stuff like that. And I love when my husband teach Sunday service. I love when he pray better than me. I love when he pray. And I was just like, well, maybe he's just tired, because he do work a lot. He works a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, I don't know what's going on. And then I was just like, what about dream interpretations or whatever? He hardly wants to do dream interpretations. And in Nigeria, he do have a daughter. Now, we don't know if that's his real daughter. You know what I'm saying? Because we haven't did a blood test or whatever. So I was also having issues with her, because she was disrespecting me. And my husband, the way it was going was like he was giving her so much attention and was dismissing me. They would talk about me in their chat. And I was just like, they having conversations about me. And I was just like.
Which right then and there, when that started to happen, that should let her know that something wasn't right and that he was already gone. See, here's another thing too. And I know a lot of y'all don't believe this stuff, and I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to the ones that know it's a little bit different, that something's a little bit deeper, and it's more out here than what you could see in your physical eyes, that it's more out here. Let me tell you something. I told you I have a deliverance ministry. And I always warn men that are married, okay? Do not eat from everybody's house. Men that are married, hear what I'm saying, okay? Especially a woman, do not eat from everybody's house. It's things that go on when it comes to food, because my grandmother used to tell me a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And I warned my husband with a pork chop. Who knew? Anyway, my late husband, God rest his soul. But I warn men a lot of times, because you might be married, or you might be ready to get married or something, and some woman, somebody will say, hey, I cook such and such and such, and they know you like it, and you like, for real, yeah, why don't you come back and get you a plate? Y'all, when I tell y'all this stuff is so real, I can't wait to get my Patreon up and going, because I'm going to show you some stuff and tell you some stuff. It's going to put her on the back of your neck. Y'all think the stuff y'all see on these movies is something? Y'all thought Sinners was something? Baby, Sinners ain't even touching the spiritual world. Ain't even touching the spiritual world. Where y'all think they get it from? No, seriously, think about that. Where do y'all think they get it from? Let me sip my coffee. Let me let her finish 1 more minute, then we're going to come out of here.
I don't even know who this girl is. Like, I don't even know if this is my real daughter or not, So there's a lot of things I was getting uncomfortable with. And Lord began to reveal to me about her side of the family. I had a prophetic dream about her side of the family, what they were trying to do against me and my husband. You know what I'm saying? And so I will reveal this to him. Prophesied that. And she said, it's not necessarily Monique, but she see an attack, and they're trying to make him do something. And they're also trying to unalive my husband. They really are. My husband, he went to Nigeria in 2025 into 2026, January. My husband he came back home totally different. He didn't want to talk to me. He didn't want to touch me. I told him that my legs feel better. Let's do conferences.
Spiritually, I just wanted y'all to hear that. Spiritually, he had married somebody else over there. Let that sink in. He went to his home country. When he came back, his wife that he said I do to, he didn't want to touch her. He didn't want to talk to her. Because you know why? He had spiritually married somebody else over there. So his heart, his mind, his body, everything no longer belongs to her. Somebody else had interceded over there. Okay, so let me talk about this real quick. Case, this is a true story. And this is another reason why men pay attention. Okay, because y'all know I love my men. I love y'all too, sis, but yeah, I love my men. Let me help you on something. Let me help you. I fell out with one of my aunties. God rest her soul. She was an auntie by marriage. But yeah, I fell out with her. And I fell out with her for two reasons. Okay. One of the reasons I was like, I got over it a little bit, but I still had a pause for the cause. Because anytime you get smart with my mama, you got to see me. Okay. Point blank, period. I don't care nothing about all that preaching and all that. Yeah, I do all of that. But that's my mama. Okay. And the way she came from my mama, I wasn't having it. So now you married my mama's brother. That's how. Okay. So anyway, we got that straight. You know, we got that straight and everything. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch you. Like I'm okay. We all right, you know, but we'll never be like we was. Because again, that's my mama. Okay. So all right. I found out maybe a week. No, I'm gonna say a year. I'm gonna give it a year because I don't want to lie. And I believe it was a year. So let's say a year. She was talking to me one day and everything, and I was like, yeah, because my husband, my late husband, and my uncle had went to look at the car because my uncle fixed on cars and stuff too. My granddaddy taught them how to build houses. Like they the ones that redid the Muhammad Ali house. When y'all come to Louisville, y'all go to where Muhammad Ali grew up. They did his house, okay, and everything. So they do all of that, right? So anyway, she was like, yeah, and because honey, he ain't going nowhere. Talking about my uncle, right? Honey, he ain't going nowhere. I said, girl, tread lightly. Because you know that's one of my favorites. She said, I know. She said, but I know he ain't going nowhere. I said, why you keep saying that? Well, I mean, was he trying to leave? Is he trying to go somewhere? Nah, he ain't trying to go nowhere, but he couldn't if he wanted to. Because, honey, I put my stuff in that chili and he ate that chili. Kimberly! Did y'all hear what I said? Okay, I don't think you heard me. Let me go back. Girl, he ain't going nowhere. Why you keep saying it? I put my stuff in that chili and he ate it. Now, I looked at her. I said, I know you lying. I know you ain't nasty like that. I know you lying. She said, no, I'm not. And proud about it. No, I'm not. As soon as I got, boy, God knew. Here come my husband and here come my uncle in the house. Now, I didn't say nothing because you gotta know, you gotta know those you around. You gotta know. I told let's go. So my uncle was like, what happened? What's wrong now? Because I'm his favorite, okay? He's like, hey, no, what's up? What's up? I'm like, I can't even talk to you right now. I love you, but you need to be careful. And she just looked. And he looked at her, he looked at me, I said, you need to be careful. I said, but as of this day, I won't be back over here. And I mean that. Tread lightly. And that's, man, anyway, we get to the car. And I waited till we pulled out because I knew my husband. My husband and him were like best friends. So we pulls off. He's like, now tell me what happened. Because you know I know you. He said, what happened? I said, babe, you ain't gonna believe what she stood up and told me flat-footed and didn't have a problem telling me. He said, what, that she's nasty? I said, you ain't heard the half of it. And when I told my husband, he stopped dead in the middle of traffic. Cars was blowing. I said, baby, get us out of the street. And he just looked at me. I said, you know, if I tell him, he's going to kill him. And I can't have it on my conscience. I said, if I tell him, he said, yeah, he gonna kill her. He'll kill her right now. Y'all. So she's dead. Move on. Anyway, so he was on my mama's house. He's always over her, but he was on my mama's house maybe about a month and a half ago. And we all was talking and everything. And you know, how she did him, y'all, was wrong. When I tell you, you better be careful who you marry. Anywho, moving forward, because my family didn't like her at all. Did not like her. But he was so in love with her, you know, and all this and stuff. And we was just like, you know what? That's who he want. We're going to have to just accept it. Whoo, child. Anyway, so when I was sitting at the dining room table and my uncle, he was talking, he asked me a question. And he said, why you stop liking her? Because y'all used to go shopping and everything together. Why you stop liking her? He said, which I don't blame you. I don't like her either. You know, like, yeah. I said, yeah, you don't like her now because she's dead, right? So he said, why y'all stop liking her? Why you stop liking her and everything? I said, because she did something that had I told you, you actually would have killed her. I said, I'm still not at no liberty to tell you because you'll probably want to dig her up and kill her. I said, so just know that it was because of you that me and her fell out, because I'm going to always have your back because you always got mad. I said, always. And thank God it was enough for him because he trusts me. He knew it had to be something. He knew it. And that's why he finally asked me, and he trusts me. He just came over and hugged me. It's like, I always knew you got my back. Always. Always. And trust me, had I told you, you've been sitting in penitentiary, and I couldn't be the one to put you there. Because they would have said, well, why did you tell them? So, he's like, all right. But my uncle found out that this woman was cheating on him with several men. He's working, he pours concrete for a living, and he does a little bit jobs on the side, okay? Making buku money. Buku money. And all of it was went to take her. All of it. All of it. Bought her a brand new car, everything. All of it. That's why I say, honey, you better be careful who you marry. You better be careful because some of these women, men too, but wait a minute, let me stay right here for a minute. Some of these women are a beautiful mess. They are a beautiful mess. They come, let me tell you, the enemy is cunning. He'll send one the way you like it. The big booty, that's natural, the hips, you know, the nice old boobs and all of this and stuff and everything. And you be like, oh my God, oh, she's the one. Oh. And as soon as you say I do, it's a trap. Same thing with you, women. They come the way you like them. Everybody be waiting for the devil to come red with a pitchfork and a pointed tail and stuff. Come on, y'all. Let's grow up. That was a fairy tale. He does not come like that. The enemy comes the way you like it. He comes with the I can't help it. It's the thing that you really like that gets your mind and turns your mind. Nothing should have more over you than the love God has shown you. And women tell me that I act too sedity or whatever, and I'm gonna keep acting like this because I know who I am. See, in the word it says that God is your husbandman. When you don't have a husband, God is your husbandman. And ain't nothing about my God weak. Ain't nothing about him a liar. Ain't nothing about him a fornicator. Ain't nothing about, baby, when I tell you, he ain't none of that. He's strong. He's a man of his word. He's a protector. He's a priest. So why shouldn't I want those same attributes? Yeah, I know I said that wrong. But why wouldn't I want those same qualities in an earthly man if the Bible says that God is the husbandman? Why would I take anything short than what God will want for me? And that's any of y'all in relationships. Why take anything short just to have somebody? I'd rather be by myself because I'm bad. I'm bad all by myself, boo. Any man that come to me got to step up, okay? Because I ain't coming down. I ain't coming down for nobody. I don't need no penis that bad. Ain't missing no triceps, no biceps that bad. I ain't missing none of that. Do you hear me? To sell out my birthright just to have somebody to lay in the bed with me. Just to have somebody to knock it ooh baby out of me. It don't even make sense. I'm gonna give up my birthright. Okay? I'm gonna give up my birthright. All the things. Hey, see the pre-boo. I'm gonna give them up my birthright and everything just to have somebody land with me. No, I'm better than that. I'm much better than that. I'm way better than that. Absolutely not. Like, it's a person I like, okay? But that person told me they wasn't ready for no relationship. And I said, good. Okay, thank you for telling me. Appreciate you. Because see, that's a grown man. When they know you the one, but they ain't ready for the one. And a lot of y'all women would have said, but no, we can really make it. We can really, y'all would have started begging. No. If a man tell you he ain't ready for you, take that as a badge of honor. That means you got your stuff together. Do you hear me? You know what? I don't know how I got here, but now that I'm here, let's walk all the way in it. You hear me? No, ma'am. Let me see. I think you said, did he get? I didn't tell him. I didn't tell him, Kimberly. I didn't want to. I couldn't have been responsible. Plus, the damage was already done. Okay. She said it after she had already did all that, and I just all these different men, especially one man that wanted my mama. He actually told my mama, and my mama said, wait, man, I want you to tell my brother. He told him, because the families know each other and all this and stuff. And he told my uncle, he said, man, I never knew how to come to you. He said, because you a fighter. Everybody know you can't say too much to you, and you swing it, and everything. He said, I didn't know how to come to you. He said, she used to come over here all the time. She tried to stop in front of my house. And then one time she got out, knocked on my door. He said, I was looking dead at her, wouldn't even open my door. He said, she always did that. My uncle, you could have powered him for a penny and had much change. Heard this man out here pouring concrete and all this and stuff from sun up to sundown just about. He had to be on the job site at 5 a.m. in the morning. He didn't get home until 5:30 in the afternoon, enough to get home, eat something, take a shower, and get up and do it the next day. And he giving you all his check to take care of everything and to do what you want to do. And what you want to do is go mess around on him. Is that real? You know what? And then we always want to say as women, that man is a bad man. He's not no good man. But sometimes bad women turn good men into bad men. Can we agree to that? Both can be true. But most of the time, when you see a good man that became bad or turned around, it's because of the woman he's dealt with. Just like a lot of women, I can't stand that when you got a good father for your kids, you mad because he don't want you no more. He done found somebody else. Now he can't see the kids. Grow up. What's up, sissy? That'd be weird to me. It's just weird, y'all. But anyway, spiritually, there are spirits that come to attack a marriage. There are spirits that come to destroy things. One of the main things I can tell people when you're married, never argue in front of nobody. Never argue, never disagree in front of nobody. Not your family, not his family, not friends, co-workers. No, you keep that at home. Because see, when you all make up, other people ain't forgot. And I don't feel like, and this is just me, and I'm still in my married woman mindset, but whatever. I don't think that a married couple should have a lot of single people as their friends. I just don't. If y'all was friends before they got married, possibly. Because the way that a married couple thinks and the way that single people think is two different ways. Now, if you single now because maybe you're a widow or you divorced, that's different. I'm talking about somebody who has never stood before God and them and said, I do. They'll never understand the way that a married couple is supposed to carry themselves at all. And I just don't feel like, yeah, Chuck Norris, that's my boo. I just don't feel like that. I just don't feel like that when it's like it, because y'all think too differently. Y'all think differently. Most married people think home. Everything has to do with home and togetherness. Most single people only got themselves. They think about them. They don't understand why it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you ain't ready to go to the next club. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to take my happy hips home and get up under my husband. I'm pushing it, being out here too. See, y'all ain't got no husband like mine. See, my late mister, he ain't play those games. He ain't play none of those crackhead games. Baby, where you going? Because first of all, some of y'all would have had a problem with this, but I would ask my husband, babe, is it okay if I go to such and such a, she gonna do a little bit and blah, 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 and then I'm coming home. He's like, yeah, well, yeah, that's cool. Just let me know where you are just in case something pop off. That's the respect we gave each other because he wouldn't have did nothing without asking me. His friends, brothers, whoever, man, we're gonna go shoot some pool tonight, man. We're gonna go blah, 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 blah. Hold on, let me ask my baby. Let me make sure it's okay with the wife. If it's okay with the wife, I'm in there. Of course, his friends used to say, man, you a punk. You're a punk. What you mean? He's like, yeah, but I'm one with a woman I want to be with, and I want to keep my marriage. So because I want to keep my marriage and I love my wife, I'm going to ask my wife. If you have a problem with that, go without me. See, you can't get a man that's afraid to be a man in front of his friends. I don't want no man that's afraid to love me out loud. You a lie and the truth ain't in you. Oh, it's okay to ooh baby, and love me behind the closed doors. But when it comes to you standing 10 toes down, making a decision that don't look so favorable to your friends, you can't do it. Oh, okay. All right. Well, tell them friends to keep you warm, boo. What's up, Shaker? That's the facts because my single friends don't understand my sissy. That's what I keep saying, and people they act like that I'm talking like a foreign language. It's different. Everybody said, well, I have women tell me I don't live with my man, so it was like we was married. No, it wasn't. Y'all was roommates. Y'all was roommates for benefits. That's basically it. Marriage is a commitment. It's a contract that you sign before God and them, sometime a judge, sometime a pastor. Okay? It's a contract. It's a written contract that is honored with the state and the government. You cannot take that same we live together contract and go get no benefits. If that person was to pass away today and y'all just girlfriend and boyfriend, they ain't giving you nothing. That ain't no what's the thing you get when you oh my God, I was just gonna do one. When somebody passed away, but they got the way that they want things laid out, unless you got one of them and your name on it, they can challenge everything because everything goes to the mama. When you dating a man and y'all not married and he passed away, all his stuff go to either his kids if they of age or the mother, not you. I've seen women date men for 17 years, and I don't know how y'all do that, but whatever. Date men for 17 years, end up passing away, and she gets nothing but a memory. That's it. Mama be like, you gotta go. I'm selling this house, so I'm putting this up on the market. I'm gonna give it to his kids, and I'm sorry, love you, but you gotta go. See, love me enough to give me your last name. Love me enough to put me on your deed. Love me enough to put me on your life insurance policies. See, let's love each other that much. Oh, Lord. Let me see if I got it. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. Oh, my God. Today, a wheel. Thank you, sissy. Let me see. Yeah, honey. Can't go to the funeral. What you said? I've seen it happen. I've seen it to where the mama likes the kid's mother and never really cared for the girlfriend. And baby, put the kids' mama all up in the limo, all in the bulletin, and have a small little line talking about and late friend, not girlfriend, not fiance, nothing. Late friend Susie. She got a little bitty mark up in the thing, and everybody else is blunt. Man, quit playing with me. Y'all better be careful who you marry. Seriously. And be careful people speaking curses over you, because people can speak curses over you as well. Okay. Like I said, when you belong to God, you can rebuke those curses. When somebody says, that's why your car gonna break down, I rebuke it and you. I rebuke it back to the pits of hell. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Who? I'll say it in a heartbeat. I don't cry, look. And sometimes people look at me like, huh? Yeah, you're not gonna speak it over me. Girl, you know when you get up, girl, your head gonna be hurting because the devil is a lie. I rebuke it. My ain't gonna be nothing wrong with my head. Let me tell y'all something. When me and my late husband got married, don't y'all know 3 of his friends bet in the church. They actually had a bet, and they bet that me and him wouldn't stay married for 3 months. When he found it out, he was pissed. He went to each one of them. He was pissed. He said, I'm in here giving my undying love to the woman of my life, the woman I give my life for, and y'all taking bets? And y'all supposed to be my friends? They lost, because, honey, come May 2nd, it would have been 30 years. Holla at your girl. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's what I'm looking into that too. Even though I'm not married right now, I'm a widow. I learned through when my husband passed away. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't wish that on nobody. I even been talking to my mom about her final arrangements and everything, because she's got great life insurance, and I've been telling her, don't hide the stuff, and that's why. Okay, let me ask y'all a question. Why y'all hide y'all life insurance stuff? Can't nobody make no changes unless it's you. So why y'all had it? So then if you pass away, we turn up the house looking for the policies. I know she got them. Where they at? I know he got them. What happened to? No, that's what happened with my dad, man. We still ain't found them policies. And I know for a fact my daddy had 2. One, he said, bury me with it. He said, split it amongst all of y'all. He said, the other one, you hold on to it because that's yours. I knew he had 2. But I didn't know where he put them at. Couldn't find them. Me, my cousin, my brother. We looking because we the only 2 that was even about some salt. I forgave my other siblings, so let me not do that, because I know a couple of them listen to me. I forgive y'all. I'm just talking. Y'all know sometimes it's a sore spot with me. Your sister don't do it. So, but yeah. Stop hiding your policy. At least tell somebody that you trust where you put it at. So people won't be having to go through taking off from work, not to just bury you and stuff, but find the policy to bury you. And matter of fact, if you don't have a policy, please get one. If it ain't nothing but a little bit of something, it'll help to bury you. If you don't want to get buried, you want to be cremated. That's what my late husband was. He didn't want to get buried. He said, cremate me and then throw my ashes where I like to fish. He said, if my wife don't want them, throw them where I like to fish. Right now he's still sitting in there, and everything. Because my kids is like, nah, mama, we ain't ready for that. So I'm not gonna go against their wish. So, I wanted him to be totally free, because I know he loved fishing. I wanted to release him so he can be totally free. But my kids is like, no, and I'm not gonna do that against their will. I won't do that. I love them too much for that, and everything. So, and even my deceased daughter, that's what we did with her. We had her cremated as well, and I did that for a reason. Y'all know about that story. Which life insurance company you think is the best? Here, let me put my email address in here. See the pre. I got about 4 different emails, and I'm like, what is the name of my, you know what? Pray for me, Shal. Pray for me. There we go. Let me see. Let me highlight it right there. Email me because I might have something for you. Okay. Because I'm still connected to where I do policies myself. So even if you don't trust me, hopefully it'll be somebody in your area that I can have you call or have you go to, and they'll give you some good quotes. You're welcome, love. Thank you for asking. You're welcome. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna be praying, and I hope y'all do too, for this lady, Monica and Henry. But I knew Henry was out for a minute spiritually. You could, you can't just tell. But some of us that's in that walk, in that Christian walk and stuff, we can. That's what we're chosen to do, is to spot when something is not quite right. Okay, when something's not quite right. Let me tell y'all another thing. If you have a dream about a snake, okay, I already told y'all what that means. But somebody had a snake to where the snake blended in to the leaves, and they was like, it was odd because I almost didn't see it. It's a sudden attack. That's somebody that's very close to you that you can't see. They don't mean you no good. Okay. Certain colors mean certain things too. So again, this is what I do. I interpret dreams. Okay, I do. Now, when you tell me your dream, I'm gonna let you know what I do first. I tell you, let me pray about it. It's easy for me to come in here and just say something off the wall, at the air, pull something out of my behind. I can do all those, but I don't play with God. So the first thing I'm gonna tell you, let me pray about it. Let me pray about it. And once he says something, or once he gives me an answer, I'll get back with you. It's always my answer about things. I'm an intercessor. If you don't know what that means, look it up. I'm an intercessor, and that's what I do. I don't make a move, especially nothing with somebody's life. I don't do nothing until I hear from God. If he has not spoken prophetically to me, I don't move until after I seek him and he speaks to me. Even my children, they bring their friends, and everything. This one little girl, bless her heart, and she don't mind me telling this story. It's been so long ago, but my son, he was still in high school, and he came to me one day in the room. He said, "Mama, can I talk to you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I got a friend." He said, "She's not my girlfriend because she's too messed up, but she is my friend." And I said, "Okay." He said, "I want her to come and talk to you." He said, "I don't want to tell you nothing about her. I just want you to talk to her." He said, "Because I told her, you need to talk to my mama." He said, "My mama, she's the truth. You need to talk to my mama." He said, let me ask her, can I bring you to talk to her? Because they know I ain't allowed no everybody in my house. How y'all be doing it, all the kids get to bring all their kids in the house from everywhere. Mm-mm. I understand spirits. I understand energy. Nope. We don't do that. So this little girl, he brought her over, and I came outside to talk. We sitting on the porch and everything. I ain't know her. I just told you I didn't let no everybody in my house. Yeah, I guess I thought I was playing. So I came outside. We were sitting on the porch and everything, and I looked at her. And see, my kids know me so well, and I do this thing that my grandmother do, and I don't know why I do that, but I shake my head, like I just shake my head real slow, you know. And she was just talking. She wasn't telling me nothing. She was just talking, and I said, "Well, how are you, sweetie?" "I'm okay. I'm doing good. I'm working," and blah blah blah. And she's steadily talking. I said, "Okay." I said, "So, let me ask you a question." And she said, "Yes, ma'am." I said, "Which one of your family members is raping you?" See, some people play, some people are real. You got to know which one they are. You got to know which one they are. You don't get into a fight with a heavyweight and you're a featherweight. You don't weigh in, boo. You don't weigh in. And when I said that to her, she broke. She hit the ground and started crying. And then my son was trying, I said, leave alone. Leave alone. I got this. Leave alone. And when the stuff that girl told me that night, when I went in the house, I went to my protection, which was my husband. And I crawled up in his arms and cried. I cried. And all he did was hold me because my husband, he's used to me in ministry. He just held me. He said, if you can and when you're ready, you'll tell me. Just like that. Y'all, when I tell y'all, some of these people go through a lot. Some of these people have went through a lot. Some of these people have religious abuse. They have religious abuse. Okay, come on, Charlie. You know, to where they went to churches and churches have just misused them and mistreated them, you know, and everything. And this, you know, baby, when I tell y'all, I tell you, some of these young girls that people have wiped off because they wear like tight clothes and they seem real wild and all that stuff. You know, a lot of times it has to do with what has went on in their house. You know, a lot of times those little girls have had to fight off not only dudes outside the house, but they had to fight off their brothers, uncles, stepfathers, mama's boyfriends. You never know. When you find a woman that's a grown woman and she and the only asset that she seemed like she's offering is her body, that's that little girl that has not been healed. That's that little girl that went through something as a kid and it's grew up in her. Because see, at the age of 50, because I'm 55, so let me start there. At the age of 50, you should know more than what you do. And you should have more to offer a person than your body. If that's all you got to offer somebody is somebody, you missed it. You need to go back and heal that little girl so you can be a productive woman. Seriously. Because you're oozing that something's wrong. See, a lot of times, a lot of women feel like, yeah, I'm turning these men on. They just watching me because look what I'm doing. Yeah. But they also in the back of their mind, they're like, yeah, I hit that, but that's all I do. Because it ain't nobody that I want to be with. Because in the back, real men, I ain't talking about males, because over here we make a difference. Real men know that something wrong with you. You at this age and you still acting like that, something mentally is wrong with you. You missed a step. And where there is a mental issue, there is an emotional issue as well. That means he'll always have to be the one to make sure you're okay. What man wants that? What man want to deal with that all the time? And that's why a lot of times I be sitting back and I watch people. I've been like this since I was a kid, though. I always watch folks, always. But now that I get paid, well, I used to get paid to watch people because I was a therapist. Now that I got paid to watch people, it makes it so much like, wow, that person's hurting. That person's hurting. And they don't know how to say, I'm hurting. Because when they said, I'm hurting, somebody took advantage of them. And a lot of times when people act like that, especially on YouTube, when they start fighting for no reason, they start being aggressive and all this stuff, you're like, what is wrong with them? That's because when they did show that they was hurting, they got mistreated even the more. So now it's like, I'm going to tuck this and I ain't going to let nobody know. But sometimes it oozes. It comes out. It comes out regardless. Some things just ooze. And I always say this. Go back and heal that child. Because wherever you start being wounded at, that's the age you got to start healing at. Like I always tell y'all, my first time being wounded was 8. My next time being wounded was 13. My next time being wounded was 15. So even though my age kept going, I realized I got to go back and heal that 8-year-old me. I was in my 20s and had to go back and face and love on and heal the 8-year-old girl that things happened to that shouldn't have happened to me. I had to forgive not only them, but I had to forgive myself because I wore that and I shouldn't have, but I did. I did. That's why I tell y'all about me. I don't care what y'all think. Shoot, honey, I'm delivered and over it. If you listen, I can help you. So that's what I wanted to say. This man, Henry, he actually needs to be delivered. He actually needs to go back and they need to, it needs to be an uprooting out. Because right now she's fighting and she's not fighting by herself. She got other people that's fighting with her through prayer and everything. But it's going to take a little bit more than that because that was laying dormant in him. That's been laying dormant for a minute. And he tried his best, y'all, not to give into that. But when he went back home that last time, whatever he did, he opened himself up to it. Stop going back to things that God has delivered you from. I'm going to say that again. That's from somebody. The things that you ask God to take away from you, and he's doing it or he has done it, don't keep going back to it every time times get hard. Don't do that because one day you're going to go back and you're not going to make it out. You're not going to make it out. Get around people that's strong. Get around people that can talk you off the ledge. Get around people that can love you through it. Because I had people to love me when I wasn't lovable. I told y'all my temper used to be something else. It's a wonder I ain't sitting in the penitentiary right now, and that's the truth. And I don't say that to be gloating. I say that because I want y'all to understand when I say my temper was bad, my temper was horrible. Horrible. I didn't like me. Fought about everything. You know why? Because at the age of 8, I was being taken advantage of in a very bad way. So I fought and I kept fighting. And I realized I liked it. I kept fighting. And I would fight about everything. I wouldn't argue about nothing. Fight about it all. So that's why I come on here. And that's why I tell y'all, no, I don't have it all together. I ain't trying to say I'm perfect. I'm not. But that I've conquered, that I have been delivered from, I stand on it. I stand on it. So I'm saying that to, even if it ain't for you, tell a friend, tell somebody else. Say, you know what, Creole did a live today, and she was talking about marriage, and she was talking about attacks on marriage, and she was talking about getting healed and healthy, and all this inwardly. It may not be for you. It might be for somebody else. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. How about that? Okay. But yeah, y'all. You can always tell. I can't say that. I don't want to say that because then everybody will start looking for that in everybody. And then, yeah. So, yeah. Just know this. God gives us people to surround us to either help us to get to our next level or to support us where we are. Some people are seasonal people. Okay. Some people are reasonable people, meaning that they're here for a reason and they'll be here for a while because it's for a reason. Some people, it's just meant for them to show you one thing or to tell you something and they gone. And a lot of times we try to make seasoned people reason people. And that's how we get in trouble. Because then the relationship start backfiring. You start falling out over something stupid. Love each other enough to give each other some grace. Because all the time I might not have it. Some days I might just be like, I don't want to talk to you today. You got to know me and know my spirit to say, well, today she going through it. I love her enough to know this ain't always her, so it must have been a real bad day today. Pray me through it. Pray me through it. Don't judge me for it. If we cool, then if you don't know nothing about me and I don't know nothing about you, you know, it is what it is. But the one thing that I love to do, I'm going to say this. Out of all the gifts that the Lord has blessed me with, the one thing I love to do is help people. Especially if they've had a hard life, but they ready for a change. They ready to see what I love talking to people. That's why I went into counseling. I keep telling y'all that. Our situation seems like it was worse than other races. It's like Black people's situations are 10 times worse, are 10 times heavier than others. And I felt like the counseling we was getting was petty caking. It wasn't getting to the nitty gritty. And I was already a minister, so what ministers do? Counsel. I wanted that work behind my name. I wanted them letters. So I know that I'm really, really, school-wise helping somebody and spiritual-wise helping somebody. So yeah, so all I'm gonna say is guard your relationship. If you are married, guard your relationship. Guard your husband, guard your relationship. Don't take things, so loosey-goosey. And then you look up one day and he gone. And then you get to thinking back like, I remember when she said that to me. She was like, girl, send him over here to get this pot. And I was like, okay, here he come. She said, you mind if I come over for a while? Well, yeah, come on over. Come on, because he be home soon, but come on over. And then you let her come on over. She's not dressed appropriately. I know y'all don't think stuff like this happen. And I'm not saying that the man don't bear no responsibility, because he does. Just like if it was a woman, she bears responsibility. But what I'm saying is a lot of times we leave our gates unlocked. We leave our gates unlocked so much. And then stuff come in, it creeps in. And before you know it, we don't know what happened. We were so happy. Yeah, we argued every now and then. I don't know no real relationship that don't have disagreements. I mean, come on now. If you in a marriage and y'all never disagree, somebody lying. Seriously. Somebody lying, boo. Because you're still two separate people. You're not going to always think everything correctly. At the same time, you're going to have an opinion. She or he going to have an opinion. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying, y'all. That's it. I ain't trying to get all up into your business. I'm not, but my thing is to help people. I love y'all. I really do, and I'm just letting you know, man. And then don't always tell people. This wisdom, Lord have mercy. It says the old is supposed to teach the wise. That's Bible. I had older women teaching me. That's how I stayed married so long. Case in point, one of the ladies that I used to work with at this place, older white lady, they wanted me, you know what? I love old people. I swear I do. I used to sit around them, okay? And then for lunch, they used to save me a spot. So I used to go in there and get all type of wisdom from the older people, right? So I used to, anyway, and I said, well, what do you do about the socks on the floor? I said, the daggone dirty clothes hamper be right there. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I said, the daggone dirty clothes hamper be right there. I said, and instead of him, when he take off them socks, he leave them right on the floor. I have to go back and pick them up and put them in the dirty clothes hamper. I'm like, it pisses me off. A woman told me, and I quote, she said, wherever he take them off at, leave them there. She said, yeah, it's going to piss you off because you don't want no dirty house. She said, believe him right there. She said, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If he don't have them in their dumps, in them dirty clothes thing, by the time you go to wash clothes, then he won't have no clean socks. She said, then watch what happened. Y'all think I'm playing. I went on and washed everybody else's clothes and stuff, honey. And, the kids put them up and stuff. My husband got ready. He was like, man, I ain't got no clean socks. I said, did you put them in the dirty clothes hamper? And he stood there and looked at me. He stood there and looked at me. I said, if you ain't put them in the dirty clothes hamper, you ain't got no clean socks. So he had to put them dirty ones back on to go back to work. But guess what? The next day, he was going around picking up all his dirty socks, putting them in the hamster. I never had that problem again. See, the old supposed to teach the wise. I mean, the old supposed to teach the young. Okay? I was arguing with this man and everything about these socks, and I wasn't getting nowhere. When that older woman told me that, baby, I did that. I was like, what could it hurt? I did that. I ain't have no problems out that man. Matter of fact, I ain't have no problems out that man in his socks and nobody else. Because he go around, hey, y'all know laundry's tomorrow. Y'all make sure y'all got them dirty clothes in that dirty clothes hamper. And matter of fact, get this downstairs for your mama. Yes, sir. Last but not least, since I'm on this subject, I'm a single woman. Everybody know that because I'm a widow. This year I'll make 5 years come September that I've been a widow. Okay. And pretty much I've been getting to know me as a single woman. Okay. Shout out to Mama Tita for telling me that. Mama Tita actually spoke wisdom in me. And she said, you're going to get to know yourself. And you'll get to know the woman that you are without a husband, without any kids. You'll get to know you. And she said, enjoy that woman. Enjoy her. That was wisdom. And I respect it. I told you, I love me some Mama Tita. I ain't turning on her. It's just me. I love her. Just like her and Auntie Melissa. Melissa Scott Coffee Quiz. Both of them women. Straight up no chaser. Straight up no chaser. And I admire that in them. I love that about them. And everything. And so I'm telling y'all, when I hear people that's older than me and they got that wisdom, I sit right there and listen. I'm 55 and I still sit right there and listen. You welcome, love. I still sit right there and get all that knowledge. Sure do. But when you are a grown woman, most men love to hunt. You be found so they can find you. Remember, the Bible states, y'all know I got the Bible, I stand on it. He that findeth a wife, findeth a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord. First of all, you let him find you. You be the good thing, okay? You let him find you and you be his good thing. Stop chasing men. I've never seen a bunch of females in my life that chase men. And then you get mad when they mistreat you, talk about you, dog you, put you down, share stuff that they shouldn't be sharing. You get mad at all of that. But you did that. It was never meant for you to chase a man. Never. It's one thing to let a man know you interested and leave it up to him. And if he never comes around your way, it wasn't meant for you to be with him. Move on. Get you some act right. I've never seen it in my life till I start being around people on YouTube and start seeing women chase these men. And the men be like, leave me alone. And they say, I'm like, what? You gonna make the man want you. How does that work? How does it work? And some of y'all can't tell me y'all don't do this in real life. Y'all too brazen. With how you act on her, you too brazen. I know for a fact that out for here, you probably worse. So if I can give any type of advice to other women, because some of y'all already gone and y'all don't like what I'm saying, and F you, Creole, you don't know everything. You right about all of that. Creole, you ain't this, you ain't that. I sure ain't. You right about that too. How about that? I agree with you. Okay. So now that we established that I ain't this and I ain't that, and you this and you that, okay, let's go here. Real women that want a real man and you want a man to want you, stop chasing these men. Become what you want. You want a businessman? Handle your business. You want a sexy built man? Get sexy. You see where I'm going with this? You want a man that can cook? You cook something. You only going to attract to you who you are. What you say, Creole? Okay, I'm glad you said it again. Okay, let me say it one more time. You only going to attract to you what you are. You want a man that likes to have fun and travel when you don't know how to drive. You don't have a sense of humor. You don't even have a favorite board game that you can play. Oh, my man, honey, he got to wear Stacey Adams, and he got to do this, and he got to do that. When you go straight to the pick and save and get your dollar shoes. And my man got to walk around with $1,000 in him, and you into $2,000 worth of that. How does this work? He can't even tell you, baby, I won't come over and visit you today because you got to run through your house and clean your house up. No, not that it's just unorganized. No, you got to clean. You got spills on the floor that's been on the floor for 2 weeks. You don't walk past it. The cat don't want to lick it. It's just sitting there. And you talking about you got a man. Yeah, all right. Anywho, I love you guys, I swear. You know, and hey, no matter what the test, always do your best.
Yeah.
Do.
From Kentucky to the world. It's the season of the scale.
Okay, all right.
Creole butterfly. Spread them wings, girl.
Yeah. Always do your best.
Yeah. Born to shine, leave a balance in her soul. Creole roots deep, got that heart of gold. Butterfly in motion, grace when she fly. Every room she step in, the stars multiply. Dr.Creole, wisdom with the style. That Kentucky vibe, make the world smile. Energy, crown sitting high. Royal Libra season, can't nobody deny. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Smooth with the talk, yeah, she calm the storm. Butterfly wings, transformation form. She lifting up hearts with the words she say. A Libra queen guiding us all the way. Hey, Kentucky pride, rhythm in her veins. Creole fire running through her name. When she walk by, the whole crowd sing. Long little queen, let the bell of love ring. Yeah, butterfly, don't you slow it down. Dr.Creole in the royal crown. Balance in the spirit, love in her hand. Libra queen, ruler of the land. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight. Glowing like the moon in that southern light.